Welcome you back to Black Site, and tonight we're going to talk about Bun B's wife being called the N-word while she was out shopping. This seems to be happening a lot lately across this nation. People have got extremely bold the last 3 or 4 years since President Trump has gotten elected. We see people being confronted. We see people having the cops called on them. We see people's children having the cops called on them because they are black. And it seems to be this boldness right now that nothing will happen to them when they call the cops. The cops never hold these individuals accountable for their actions. They usually let them go, but they will sit there and interrogate the black person, the black family, of why they were calling the cops. This woman right here needs to be arrested. There's a video up by Bun B. Probably on his Instagram I saw the video. And it looked extremely bad. They waited for the cops to have this situation resolved, which they should have done. They did what they were supposed to do. Bun B's wife did not get violent with this woman because she knew the ramifications, what would happen if she struck this white woman. She would have been blamed for the crime. She would have been arrested, her and her husband, and possibly could have destroyed his future earnings in his career. But they seem to always get away with this nonsense, and it's going on much too often in this country. This has to stop, and the police and other organizations need to start enforcing these laws about people calling the police, people threatening people with racial slurs, people doing things that are abnormal and should not be done. She thinks because she's a Becky, the law will always be on her side. But I'm glad that Bun B and his wife recorded this on their phone and gave a eloquently worded what happened in this whole incident. Because you know how this always goes down. The police comes, they look at Becky, you okay? And they come look at you like you just committed 4 or 5 crimes. This should not be happening. But we know how this is going to end. Nothing is going to happen to this possibly meth head or somebody who looks like they've been drinking a little bit too much. They're not going to do anything to her. I hate to say that, but it's the truth, because nothing ever happens to these Beckys who call the police on black people constantly across this nation. Bun B's wife is not some hood rat. She's a very intelligent woman. Her husband is very intelligent. And they don't need to be treated like this when they go out in public. They need to be treated with respect and dignity like anyone else. And if you cannot do that, then maybe you need to be committed somewhere. But in America today, this is the normal. See, you see the abnormal has started becoming normal. All these people have become extremely bold nowadays. Nothing is going to happen to me. I'm going to strike out at you. I'm going to say whatever I want to say to you, and nothing's going to happen. No, we ain't going through that no more. No more. We deserve the respect as human beings. We deserve the respect that any other person walking the space of the earth deserves. And not to be humiliated. Because when you use that word, someone wants to humiliate you as being less than human, less than a other. But I'm glad this sister stood up for herself. But I'm glad that she controlled her anger, because that's what the Becky wanted her to do. She wanted her to lash out. She wanted her husband to do something that was out of the ordinary so they both can be arrested. But they kept their cool. You know, don't let emotions cloud your judgment in these situations, because that Becky wanted to use the situation against Bun B and his wife. But they did the right thing. They held it tight, they held it down, and they waited for the police to come. That's all they can do right now. I want to thank you for listening to this quick take on Bun B and his wife. Hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.